What if I told you that there's a mistake that you're making as a coach when you're trying to sell your coaching services or products or programs, and that this mistake is so sneaky and so not obvious that you might not even be aware that you're making it? And I know that because I used to make this mistake. And I want to ask you a question that I used to ask myself all the time when I was struggling to sell my own courses and my own coaching. And the question is, why do some courses or programs seem to sell immediately as soon as they're announced, while other courses and programs continue to be ignored, even if they're excellent programs prepared and guided by excellent coaches? Is it because the program needs more content, more videos, more PDFs, more? No, the problem is not with the content inside the actual program. The problem is with the content that's promoting the actual program. You see, as a coach, you have to create content all of the time. And most coaches make the mistake of creating content from one perspective and one perspective only. Let me explain. Now, we talked about two types of content. We have the content of the actual program or course that you're selling, and then we have the content of the promotional material and the marketing and all the organic and free content that you're putting out there to attract people to that program. Now, to create a program like this, to be able to provide this kind of coaching, you have to think and write and speak like a coach, because people will buy the program for coaching, right? Now, this is where most coaches stay. They continue to think and speak and write like a coach. I'll tell you an example of that before we go to the promotion part. When I was focusing my business and my coaching on conscious and peaceful parenting, I designed this amazing program. And initially, I called it the Conscious Parenting Guide. No one bought. I changed it a few months later to something along the lines of Peaceful Parent, Peaceful Child, something like that. Again, it did not sell. And then I started noticing and listening to what people were saying in my DMs or in my emails or in response to some of the posts that I was putting out there. And I heard this one thing coming over and over again. It was that I just want my kids to listen. I just want them to listen and respect me. So guess what I did? I went back to my course, changed nothing in the course, not a single module, not a single word. I changed the name of the course to How to Get Your Kids to Listen Without Punishment, Rewards, and Bribes. Now, the content of the program was leading them onto a journey of conscious parenting, onto learning connection tips and tools that can help them really deepen their relationship with their children and gain the cooperation that they're looking for. But because I was speaking like a coach, conscious parenting guide, peaceful parent, nervous system regulation, inner child healing, all of these things were amazing and they were inside the course. But that's not what sells because my clients are not there yet. They get there, they understand conscious parenting when they go through the course. But right now, I need to take off my coach hat and put on my second and very important hat. And that hat is my marketer hat. And when you put on your marketer hat, you start speaking the language of your audience, of your ideal clients, and not of your peers or other coaches in your field or all the books or certifications that you got to teach you to speak in this language and in this way. Now, the mistake most coaches make is that they continue to wear the coach hat wherever they are in their business. But if you've listened to my last video about the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur and what happens when you move from a job to running your own business, then you heard me talking about the idea that in your business, you're wearing so many different hats. And when it comes to content, you are also wearing different hats depending on the type of content that you're producing. So the bottom line here is when you want to sell something, you need to put your marketing hat on. You need to think in terms of promotions. How will I get people to understand the value of what I'm offering here without losing them in all of these beautiful and amazing coaching words that we use and coaching transformations. Here are two simple ways to help you figure out, is my content actually coach speak or is it marketing speak? The first idea or the first exercise is I want you to go back to the last 5 or 10 posts that you've put out there. And I want you to look at these posts and ask yourself, am I talking about the cause and the root cause of the problem my clients are facing or my potential clients are facing? Or am I talking about the symptom of the problem that they're facing? You see, if they knew what the root cause of the problem is, they would be in a completely different place. But what they feel and what they know are the symptoms. I've given this example before that if I have a stomach ache, I don't know what's causing that stomach ache. So if the doctor says, do you have issues with your spleen and your digestion? I don't know, something inside my body that I have no idea. I'll be like, no, 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 my stomach hurts. So let me find a doctor that understands my stomach pain. So look at your last posts and ask yourself, are these symptoms or are they causes? And with this realization, your next post is going to be about the symptoms so that it connects with your ideal clients with where they are right now. The second exercise is to ask yourself, when looking at the last few posts that you have as well, would these posts impress your peers, like other coaches that you maybe got your certifications together with? Would they think that's awesome? If the answer is yes, then this post is talking to the coaches and not talking to your ideal clients. You have to remember, you showing up on social media or wherever you connect with your audience is not to impress them. You're there to help them. So speak their language. Don't speak your coach language yet. When you bring them into your world and into your coaching, whether that's one-on-one or in groups or pre-recorded videos on an online course, that's when you take them on the coaching and transformational journey. But in the content of marketing and promotions, that's when you need to show them that you understand where they are now. That's why you speak to their symptoms and not their causes. One thing you really have to understand as a new entrepreneur, if you're just starting out, and it's that while it's you who's running this business, while it's you who's writing all of this content, you need to be wearing different hats in different places and parts of your business. And when it comes to content, it's so important to realize that you cannot speak in the same way all of the time and you can't write in the same way. This simple shift, it sounds very simple, but I promise you, this will completely change how your content connects with the people that you're trying to reach and that you're trying to help. So try it out and let me know if this really landed. I know this video is short, but if you take what I'm giving you, this is going to change everything for you when or if you are selling your online courses or programs or coaching. What I've taught you and shared with you today is only one of 8 marketing and writing tips and tools within a bigger bucket that I teach all around strategic content, intentional content that will help you sell more of your coaching services and products online. And I'll be sharing more about that in an online course that I'm creating right now. So if you want to be the first notified when this course is up and when I share more information about that, then make sure you add your name to the list by clicking the link underneath this video, and you'll be the first to know when I share more information about it. I'm so excited to walk you through my full roadmap of running a successful online business and helping you do the same. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week.